All right, real quick now.
All right.
You sent me over something earlier this week. It was actually very funny.
Okay.
As some of you may or may not know, if you don't follow politics or the news, our President Trump went over to England, and he met with NATO, and he met with the Queen, and he met with what's her name, May?
Margle or whatever?
No. That's the German lady.
Oh, Theresa May?
Theresa May, yeah. He met with her, and, so no matter what Trump did, of course, the media here in the U.S., it was terrible, it was awful, it was an embarrassment. I can't believe he said the stuff that he said. I can't believe he did this, but yet he did all the right things in my mind.
Yeah.
He said all the right things in my mind. He stood up and just told things how they were.
Yeah. Didn't give a shit.
Didn't give a shit. Well, probably one of the funniest things that he did while he was over in England during a press conference with Theresa May. He was taking questions from the press pool.
Yeah.
And, well, here it is.
All right.
Mr. President, since you attacked CNN, can I ask you a question?
John Roberts, go ahead, John. No. John Roberts, go ahead. CNN's fake news. I don't take questions. I don't take questions from CNN. CNN is fake news. I don't take questions from CNN. John Roberts of Fox. Let's go to a real. Let's go to a real network. John, let's go.
Well, we're a real network, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Mr. President, since you
So
attacked
good.
CNN, can I
Fuck you.
Yeah. Of course, there was outrage.
Oh, of course.
Just the outrage.
Well, dude, one of the best things that he did, and I really don't know a whole lot, but I do know he did that. And did you see the video of him walking in front of the fucking
Queen?
the old Queen?
Yeah.
And just wouldn't let her get up even?
Uh-uh.
I loved that.
Of course.
I loved seeing those old fucking rickety, meaning nothing fucking douchebags getting put in their place. That made me so happy to see him not give two shits about the fucking monarchy.
Right.
That was perfect. Her trying to circle around to the left and he blocked her, and then circle around to the right and he blocked her.
Yep.
I loved it. Fuck the royals. And a lot of people are making this whole big deal about this guy not following protocol, and and what's funny to me is the people that are saying, he's just a stupid buffoon, and that's, he's just dumb. Bullshit. This guy did all this shit on purpose.
Of course he did.
He, and I'm loving how all these people are saying, well, he should have given them respect. Why? They didn't give him any respect. They went out of their way to use the fucking media to make a point that he wasn't invited to whichever fucking kid got married.
Yeah.
To his wedding. They went out of their way to make that statement, a global statement about that. And then they approve, or they let that fucking float be flying over the castle, or what, not castle, but whatever it's called.
Yeah, it was just it was in one of the cities over there.
But you know what? That's not them. They're saying about how Trump did this and that and didn't follow protocol. Well, fuck these people. They've gone out of their way to make him feel fucking uncomfortable, so why shouldn't he make them feel uncomfortable back? Fuck them. Fucking jizzbags. Fuck you. You're not even really in charge.
Well, here's the thing that I had to laugh about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw or heard anything about his sit down at breakfast with the leaders in NATO.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically just said, you know what, you guys aren't paying your fair share.
Yeah.
We're paying 3.85% of our GDP. And a lot of you guys aren't even paying up to 2%, which is what the agreement is. So everybody needs to start chipping in and, paying what they're supposed to.
Right.
Well, of course, the lamestream media all reported this, that he was having a tirade at breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to play some of the audio, Doesn't sound like a tirade to me. It just sounds like he was just very matter-of-factly just stating a case.
Right.
All right, let's listen to a little bit of this. This is ridiculous.
For diplomacy that can't be overlooked, certainly is not this time. It's a contact sport conducted face-to-face, eye-to-eye. Chemistry matters. Facial expressions matter. The president himself says so and spoke at length about it after his encounter with Kim Jong-un. With that in mind, the question is, how did it play out today? CNN's Tom Foreman shows us.
Germany is totally controlled by Russia.
The president's scathing critique of Germany made diplomats cringe, but no more so than his own team. Watch U.S. Ambassador to NATO Kay Bailey Hutchinson look away from her NATO counterpart, squirming.
Yeah, because he was making them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because he basically was telling them, that what other presidents have never had the balls to do.
Exactly.
And they're just like, ooh, shit.
Yeah, whoops, don't want to be here. Because, and they got to take the meetings after the president leaves, too.
Right.
See Chief of Staff John Kelly look away from the president and pucker his mouth. When the president renewed the attack using the word captive.
Attack.
Attack.
He was not attacking. He was just making statements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To Russia. Because
some turned their heads, some fidgeted, and like that scene in The Devil Wears Prada.
Of course, there's the pursing of the lips.
Which means?
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe may be too much. After all, President Trump has famously given his European counterparts an eyeful of body language before. And when the press secretary was asked about the chief of staff's reaction, she told the Washington Post Kelly was displeased because he was expecting a full breakfast and there was only pastries and cheese. Still, body language can be louder than words at these international gatherings. When Trump shoved the prime minister of Montenegro aside at a photo op, critics and comics erupted.
Remember that one where he moved that guy aside?
Get out of the way, Dick.
But I don't know if you heard any of the comments at the breakfast or not.
I did hear the thing about the Germany and Russia. I did hear that. That was at the breakfast, right?
Yes.
I heard that.
I'm trying to find the actual audio because, these media won't actually play what he actually said.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't yelling and screaming.
No, he was sitting there just kind of, stating that, everybody needs to pony up what they owe to, if they're going to be a part of this whole NATO thing, they need to step up and do their share or pay their fair share.
It is just amazing to me that these American journalists hate America so fucking much. They get all their money from it. They raise their families here, but when it comes down to what he's trying to do, they go out of their way to say that it's the fucking devil.
Yeah.
That and all he's trying to do is make it better for here. That's what I don't I do not understand it. I get that people don't like him. I get that people think he's an ass clown. I get all that, and that's fine. There's a part of me that feels that way as well. But man, everything that he's out there pushing to do is very clearly, there's no two ways to interpret it other than it's for the betterment of what we're doing, of what we need to be as a country.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'll put it to healthcare, and I'm sure somebody on some comment somewhere would say, well, what about this? But, I'll preface this by saying I don't follow along as much as I should maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But when Obama was doing Obamacare, that was not necessarily for the betterment of everybody in this country. It just wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
The way he was doing deals and the way some people had to pay it and some people didn't, and, taxing, making it into a tax on top of people for the privilege of not having, which is, been universally illegal since we started using currency. But, all these different things that he was doing were kind of, were situations of maybe you either believe in the bullshit or you don't. Trump is only focused on betterment of us, betterment of our deals with foreign countries, betterment of our tax situation. All of it comes down to us having more money, right? Isn't that
pretty much?
I mean, that's what the trade deals would. The trade deals will leave more money in our pocket and more jobs in our pocket. The taking away the tax, the tax on not having health insurance, got rid of, an illegal tax.
Yeah.
It just, everything the bulk of what this guy's doing is for the betterment of us. And when did it become a crime to worry about us versus other people? Why can't we worry about us first?
I don't know the answer.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, I'm going to play a little of this. I think this is what I was looking for.
If you go back 10 or 20 years, you'll just add it all up. It's massive amounts of money is owed. The United States has paid and stepped up like nobody. This has gone on for decades, by the way. This has gone on for many presidents, but no other president brought it up like I bring it up. So something has to be done, and the Secretary General has been working on it very hard. This year, since our last meeting, commitments have been made for over $40 billion more money spent by other countries. So that's a step, but it's a very small step. It sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But it's a very small amount of money relative to what they owe and to what they should be paying. And it's an unfair burden on the United States. So we're here to talk about that, and I'm sure it will be resolved. I have great confidence in the Secretary General. He's worked very, very hard on this, and he knows it's a fact. But I have great confidence in him and his representatives. Would you like to say something?
See? Did that sound like a tirade?
Just sure did. Sounded like he was throwing food and, breaking plates and just being an asshole.
He was just saying, we're here to discuss this, and I'm sure we'll work it out.
Yep.
It didn't sound like a tirade.
Not to me.
Didn't sound like an attack.
No.
Didn't sound like he was, berating anybody. Just like, hey, we need to step it up here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And it was terrible. He did a tirade. He just upended breakfast and he attacked everybody and
he flipped over the tables.
Then when you hear it, you're just like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. The media is just bullshit. I mean, he's really proven that, if nothing else.
Yeah.
He'll walk if he's out at the 4-year mark, it will be proving once and for all that the media is just bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
The media is never recovering from that.
Sure.